Hey everybody, this is Joseph Pasek and welcome to the Fired Up Network. Welcome, I haven't said this in a long time, Ebanks, to Ballin, featuring Captain Canada, Drew Ebanks. Why are you laughing, Ange? Drew
I'm
Ebanks, Captain
smiling.
Go
Canada.
I
sideways? I don't know.
appreciation.
What do you think? Should I go that way?
Yeah,
Maybe I
that's
should.
better.
Go.
That's better. That's better.
That's better.
Of onpointbasketball.com and Angie, of course. Uh, and by the way, Drew, you have any more of these on point basketball hats? And look, she'll flaunt it, she'll promote it, she'll wear it, she'll do anything. But for just give her a hat, and you got to pay him 25
Canada
bucks.
basketball hat. I bought it actually.
I know. Well, I'm
I just
talking
liked
about
it.
Canada basketball. I have friends like Leo Routins and Shea and all that. So that I think I could get. But on point basketball, you have all these hats and all that, and you never give me one. So the last time you gave me one, it was when I was 15 for a birthday present. Now I'm 50, turning 50. Well, you're 60. I'm turning. Well, I just turned 52. Come on, but I digress. Let's talk about basketball here, okay?
Yes.
The Raptors big win over Chicago. I expected them to win, but Drew, I'll start with you. Did you expect them to win by that many in Chicago?
Well, I mean, not over in history. Historically, the Raptors have done very poorly against Chicago. It's been one of the worst matchups for the Raptors, I think, over the past like 15 years. Always seem to, pull victory from the, defeat from the jaws of victory. But they're changing things. Obviously, the Bulls going through a mad transition now with their squad, dealing away some of their big time players. And the Raptors are kind of in that mid ground for the NBA Eastern Conference and in the playoff picture, even though that many people feel they should be rebuilding still, but it's hard. We're like the New York market as well. Can never really do a full, rebuild in New York, and even in Toronto. I guess we're spoiled guys with all the success. So no, big win for the Raptors. Great to see them continuing to now finally, pull a string of wins together, and hopefully they really have some momentum going into the playoffs.
I
Instead
love
of
that you said momentum because to me, like this one carried that like playoff feel. And I say it all the time. Like when the Raptors are good right from the beginning, that's when they can carry that energy on. I know it got, a little close as it usually does with these guys, too close for comfort. But late in that third and then carried out into the fourth. And yeah, they just crushed it. I'm proud of them, especially a win on the road. It's always so nice to have a win on the road because then you come back home and you've already got that one up. So, like
yeah.
you said, they're competing for that spot. It's crunch time. We're going to playoffs. So they've got to just keep doing what they're doing. And I think play that really good game early on, get that lead and try to just ride with it the whole game.
And it's a very important that they finish fifth because they play fourth and fifth. Fourth is going to be probably Cleveland, as they did last week. They could beat Cleveland, and then in the second round they will play probably Detroit. They beat Detroit also, and key to that is 2 versus 3. The Knicks and Boston will meet up with each other and probably beat up each other. So that fifth seed is very, very huge for the Raptors. Drew, what do you say?
Agreed. I mean, it's all about matchups, especially when it comes to playoffs. I still think it's going to be tough. They did beat Detroit, but it's really going to be tough. Taking that team down, just so much talent. Now with the Cade Cunningham news, with the collapsed lung,
I'll
that
just
could
get to it.
shape.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
Yeah.
the
that could shape.
Drew.
That's going to obviously, and we'll talk a little more about. But that's going to shape how Detroit, how much success they'll have. If they don't have Cade, I think you definitely would put Raptors as favorite in that series. But with Cade, that changes things up.
And the news is Cunningham is out at least 2 weeks with a collapsed lung. Collapsed lung, and you're a basketball player running up and down, and with the
Okay, but
mask
also
there.
my health and wellness side of me, vaping. I don't know if the guy vapes, but I hear about it more and more about these collapsed lungs and these popcorn lungs and all these things with your lungs and your breathing, vaping. And it's
Mm.
everywhere. You go in a restaurant, people are vaping. Like I have my
Yeah, I
daughter.
wonder if he got hit or anything. You know what I mean? Usually, sometimes you get a blow that will cause a collapsed lung. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
wondering if that is the case. It's a different society now. It's not really smoking so much. It's more on the vaping side, as you mentioned, Angie.
Again, I don't know if he vapes. I'm not judging, but just throwing that out there for my health and wellness side of me. Don't
All
vape,
right,
everyone, especially
Drew, I'm
indoors.
going to ask you this: you're richer than me and Angie combined. So, any truth to the
Okay.
rumor that you are going to be part owner of the new Las Vegas team? Because LeBron is
Uh,
not going to be a part owner of the Vegas team. That's what I have heard.
oh, really? Well, I thought he was in the mix there. I thought for sure he'd probably end up getting out of the league finally. No disrespect. I think he's just prolonging things. I think he's had a great career. He's still trying to get rings, but I was under the impression that he would pretty much be running that franchise. But no, I do not have any, unfortunately, assets to throw into the hat for that
I was
purchase.
gonna say, are they hiring? Because like I'm in, but I mean, if we have to pay our way in, I can't really afford to do
Hold on, you're in? You mean you're going to leave Fired Up and Femme to be with
that.
LeBron James?
Yes.
That.
Hello, for a basketball team? Yes, absolutely. I would.
So you will join LeBron James and all his uh guest owners who vape.
I
That's what
mean,
you're saying.
no, not necessarily. You're saying they vape. I never said anything about that.
No, I didn't say they vape. I said I have heard one or two owners. Like I won't mention names. Drew knows who I'm talking about. But anyways, I digress. He does know who I'm talking about. Now
Yes.
let's get to, because here, Drew, I break news. I have
Apparently, you do.
sources who have told me, and then I passed it to Angie, but then I have passed it to you, and I have confirmed it from one source. He says, yes, he heard about that proposed trade. So listen to this. Kawhi Leonard coming back to the Raptors? Yes, that's what I hear. Kawhi Leonard for either Colin Murray Boyles, Jacoby Walker, and a 2026 first round pick, or listen to this, Brendan Ingram and a 2026 first round pick for Leonard. Do you do either way? Do you do that trade, Drew?
No. I know you didn't
I,
ask me first, but no.
I don't even know, man. Does he even want to come back? I mean, he hightailed it so fast out of here after winning the chip, and we all knew the Clippers franchise. I'm sorry to say this, they're a cursed franchise. I don't think they'll ever win anything. Look at what they did. I mean, when you trade away the future MVP, an NBA champion, and the fans knew that was a bad move when they got rid of SGA for Paul George and Kawhi always injured Leonard. You knew the writing was on the wall. And the thing is, SGA is on the cusp of arguably winning the next or second MVP. And who else really right now is a favorite to win the NBA title over those guys? He's been carrying the team without half the roster all season. And so getting back to the trade, I don't know, man. If that happens, I'm not sure how the Toronto fans are going to respond to having
I can tell
Kawhi
you how
back.
to respond. It's so funny, Drew, because we've had this argument. And I would say argument so many times. This hat specifically, actually, I got engraved his autograph in it, and
Wow, you have this
Wait,
good,
wait,
good
let me
hat.
put the
I
producer on.
you wanna see
Go
it?
ahead.
See? After the win, right? Because why would I
Yeah.
not? I was in the States. I was excited. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Then the whole thing came out, and he's like, I never wanted to play in Toronto or stay in there anyways, blah, blah, blah. So the whole argument is like, should I get the stitching taken out? So I don't even want to know that he's even possibly coming back, because I'm going to tell you, like, most of us don't even want him. Like you said, he's always injured. He went back home to be back home. That's what I thought he did, so he can stay there. Finish your career there.
You guys are missing the boat. Missing the boat completely.
Also, I don't want to lose Ingram. Like
The first Jacoby Walker is great. Okay, he's great, and then Colin Murray Boys.
They're both young. I mean,
They're young and they're very good. They're not great, but they're very, very good, and they're both young. And who knows about the 2026 first round pick? But
who else would be thrown in that though? Remember, to match that trade to work, they've got to match within 50% of Kawhi.
Yeah,
What's Kawhi making? Like 40, 50 million?
It's either Brandon Ingram on a first round pick, or maybe they put Brandon Ingram. They take out Murray Boyles and put Ingram, Walker, and the first round pick. But it doesn't matter. Like, I like to keep Ingram, but this for the Raptors, I think he make that trade 100% of the time
Really?
because he won you the chip. He's already disgusted playing for his hometown, and he knows the only team in the NBA who treated him like the president of provinces of Canada.
And then he left. And then he left. So
That's it.
then
I'm
he
trying
did.
to cut my promo. All
Quicker
right.
than lightning.
Right?
So listen.
I say it all the time. Toronto's a city with the biggest heart. You even said
that trade.
we
Pair him.
treated him
Imagine
so well.
if
and he
Brandon
left.
Ingram plays with him, Scotty Barnes, and Leonard. You got the big three now.
Leonard is not going to play that often because, like you said,
first of all, that's whatever we did. I'll use the word that Drew loves to use: the Macumba, the Kumbaya, the whatever. He played. I don't care if he played 20 games, but he played a perfect 20 games. And
but he can't do that anymore. He cannot.
Yes,
do that
he
anymore.
can. Yes, I spoke to him. Yes, he can. The Gunja's going to give it to him and everything like that. Yes, he can. All right. And look, I spoke to what's his name, Uncle, whatever, Larry Drew or whatever. I spoke to him, and he says this time coming back to Canada is even more important because he has more American dollars and American to Canadian. Yeah, like that. I would do that trade. Drew, yes or no? Would you do that trade?
I don't think I'm bringing back that energy, man. I think you got to move on. He didn't want to be here, and as Angie said, every company in Toronto was offering free perks and everything, and he still turned it down when they had a strong team and they really actually had a chance to run it back and at least get to the NBA Finals. I mean, if they kept the team intact,
if not back-to-back wins.
Yeah, it could have been a back-to-back win. He deserted us. He threw us away like an old washcloth. I don't want him back. I don't want him back.
That's how I feel. So don't ask me because my answer is no.
And Angie, of course,
the stitching is coming out of my head.
Because Angie would want Vincenzo Esposito back. All right, so look. Yes, Drew's laughing. Now, I'm going to talk about one thing. We got Angie here. We got to talk about the biggest thing in basketball, the WNBA, working like 300 hours the last week to get the job done. And forget about being paid 40,000, 50,000, 60,000. They're being the average annual is what, Drew? 300,000, and the Supermax is 1.4 million. Something I paid Angie about 6 months ago. All right, and for those people who don't, obviously, me and Miss Dawn Cherry, I'm gonna call her. She is the lightning rod of controversy here for hockey. And
she's the American Dawn Cherry. That's what we call her.
All right, the American, and she's been fighting for something like that for ladies hockey, and ladies hockey signed. You know what's the ultimate max player in the PWHL makes 60,000.
Wow,
60,000. Now the max player in the WNBA will make 300,000 plus get living conditions. Plus, if you're pregnant, they'll still pay you and everything like that. Drew, you want to talk about what it means to hopefully, lady sport?
Well, I mean, obviously, we've been seeing the last decade or so, women's sports became very prominent in the sports zeitgeist in the world, not just North America. Women's soccer globally has been rising. Women's hockey, especially with the Canada-U.S. rivalry. And just I find also, even I said this yesterday to someone, the NCAA tournament, beyond maybe this year and last year, I found the women's tournament to be way more compelling over the past decade. Yeah, you have the names, of course. You have Caitlin Clark, you have Angel Reese, and Juju now. Unfortunately, she got hurt, but you have look what UConn's doing, and obviously what South Carolina's done with the dynasty and Dawn Staley. I think it's a lot of compelling stories. The guys have been just kind of bland, especially for NCAA. I think this year is great because, you got Debansa, you got Peterson, you got Acuff, you have a all bunch, of names. Boozers are there. So the men's are compelling again, but there's no doubt women's sports is growing. And I think that the ability and the level of growth is still nowhere near its peak because only now are corporations starting to come over with some funds to really back it. The only thing I'm worried about now is with everything going on in the world, things are starting to kind of unravel. Budgets are going to be cut. I just hope that they can sustain that type of salary where you go from a supermax, the top player can make up to 1.4 mil. That's pretty heavy. And 300,000 from what was the minimum before, 75?
It was 60, no,
for
60,000.
for
Now
WNBA,
it's,
and now
yeah,
300. It's pretty
yeah,
hefty.
five
And I
five
hope they
times
can
as
keep it
much.
going. Yeah, I hope they can keep that going. But again, there's still a lot more growth. And if the corporate world comes in really how they should to support women's sports, it could be sustainable.
And don't
Yeah.
forget, in May, this is the collective bargaining, May 8th. Put it down. I know Drew, myself, Angie will have to pay to go, but Drew, myself will be at the Toronto Temple. Like that, eh? Do you like the colors of the Toronto Temple, Drew?
I mean, it's okay. I think it's the light blue and what do they call the? I don't know if
It's
I don't know what
purplish, not
it's
like
like a
blue.
purplish burgundy. I don't know
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
It's like a mix of both. It's a little drab for me.
Yeah,
I would like light
I'd
blue.
like
I would
something more
like a North
colorful a
Carolina
little
color.
bit for the ladies.
yeah, I agree. Like that Seahawks green color, like something just like to make it
That
really pop.
pops.
Even just one color, would have made
Yeah,
a
it's a
difference,
little bit
I think,
drab. So
for
I,
sure.
I think it's still growing on me. I actually don't mind because I like the burgundy part of it. I just don't know with that kind of
That was
blue.
my high school uniform color, burgundy. So
Oh,
burgundy for
really?
me, yeah, I'm like over it. I had to wear it for like what, 4 years, 5 years. So shout out to
All
St.
right, so
Ignatius of Loyola, Mississauga.
Okay, yeah. Loyola, that's cool. I was
so
gonna ask you what
so
school
So
that
super
was.
quick, sorry, just to confirm, because the WNBA Players Association finally did reach that deal after 2 a.m. So I just want to confirm all of the numbers from what I'm seeing. The salary cap in 2026 will be 7 million, but going forward, they're saying it should look a little bit higher than that, hopefully. And the minimum salaries will be around 300, but with an average of 600,000 once
Wow.
revenue sharing is factored in, which is kind of a neat thing too, because then it says the supermax salary will be 1.4 million, and over the life of this deal, the players will receive 20% of gross league and team revenue. So, like you said, Drew, with more companies finally backing it, getting involved, sponsorships, those kinds of things. I mean, that's only going to help everybody make more money. I think this league will already generate a lot of money for people watching, and the clothing and all the things that come with it. But this agreement is for 7 years with an opt out after 6 years. And that's kind of all we know as of a few hours ago. So
Amazing.
all right.
Hey, it's a great thing for women's basketball. And yeah, 600,000 average. Remember the other league out in Saudi, they, are trying to get ladies over by promising $1 million, right? So the WNBA, they had to kind of get that right. They don't want to lose more players that are going to get paid a lot more on average. And again, we got to see how much the league right now is losing, because I believe they're still actually losing money. So hopefully, again, it's going to take time for the actual revenues to kind of offset the losing of the last, obviously since the beginning, but even for the last couple of years, it should turn over to where they're in the black instead of in the red.
yeah, no, for
All
sure.
right.
And you talked about the athletes too, and that's an interesting point because even for us, like most of our Canadians, if they go play for an American team, they're going to make a little more money than say some of the Canadians. And then how's that going to work? Are they going to does all the WNBA get paid in USD, or like, the conversions where they live, all those things take a factor. Like
Usually,
my cousin played in the CFL for years, not even talking just women's sports, but sports in general. He played in the CFL for years and he always had a side hustle. He did real estate on the side, as most of them do, because they actually don't make that much money. They're putting their bodies through like hell and back, for
Hold on. Did you mention that your cousin played for the CFL?
He did, yeah.
Well, let's give him a shout out.
Jeff
what's his name?
Johnson. Jeff Johnson. He played on the Toronto
What?
Argos.
No way, that's your
Yeah.
cousin?
He played. Yeah, he
Jeff,
played on the Hamilton Ticats as well, and then he
yeah, running back,
commentated
right?
with pinball. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he commentated the games with Pinball Clemens for a while too. So
That's
shout out to
wild.
pinball too.
Oh yeah, that's my dog, man. That's no better person
his
than
dog,
that
He
guy.
lives on the corner, so he lives on the corner of one of my friends from high school. She teaches at this school, and he lives right on the corner. She's like, "Oh, yeah, I always see him all the time outside watering his grass. Like he always talks to all the kids that go by. Like nicest guy." And I know that from like personal experience, he is genuinely just a good soul. But see, those are Toronto men's, and you know what? Kawhi Leonard could have had all that too, and he just left. So not to bring it
And
back
you know
up,
what?
but
About
Yep.
pinball, he can make you happy anytime, but that smile is like I've never met an athlete who smiles 24/7 and is genuine about it.
he
Have
is.
you ever seen Pinball Mad?
That
Like
guy's
I
heart
always see him with that smile. He's never ever
Never
ever
seen him
mad.
mad. Never
Even
seen
when
him
Drew
upset.
pissed him off, he says Hamilton's gonna win this time, and he pissed and his like smile went like, yeah, I'll show him. I'll have 250 yards, and that's it. And I think he had 220 yards that day. All right, so that has been balled. And now, as you know, we're in March. We just passed
crazy.
St. Patrick's Day. Green.
Thanks for the
Now
heads
you
up.
see,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm wearing Michigan. All right, that's my team, Michigan. All right,
That's my
now
team to win it all.
be quiet already. You're because now I guarantee you, I pick
Guys,
Michigan. You pick Michigan. Let me
we should
guess
all be
what
cheering
Andrew's
for
gonna pick.
Long Island. Hello, like they have the most
They're
Canadians.
my
Duke
guys.
is
Yeah.
usually my team, but I'm going with I'm changing now with Long Island since I found out there's so
Hold
many
on, you
Canadians.
said Duke is your team.
I
Andrew,
did, and they always are. They always are
I'm gonna
every
put
year,
you on
and
the spot.
they were doing well. They were doing well this season, but now that I know how many Canadians we have on Long Island, I'm calling it now. It's still early enough. It's a fair game. I'm going.
Shout out
The
my
only
guy
good thing about
Lele
Long
and
Island is
Malachi
Astro
from
Jacob Friedman.
LIU and Shadrach. Those are my guys. They all played in my circuits or I
Listen.
covered
No
them.
way. That's
Real
so
dude.
well. Then why aren't you cheering for them?
Oh, I'm
Hold
cheering for
on,
them. It's
let me
going to be
ask her a
tough, though.
question, Drew. Let me
Arizona.
ask her a question. She says she likes Duke and she likes Long Island. Okay, here's a skill testing question,
She says
Angie.
she likes who? Long Island?
Duke. I said Duke
Oh,
and Long
you
Island.
said Drew.
Okay, well, whatever. Isn't that your name? So
Yes.
she likes. Never mind. All right. So, what is Duke's name, Angie?
What do you mean? What is Duke's name?
What's their
Their
name?
nickname?
Like Toronto Blue Jays.
The
What-
Blue Devils.
Okay. And what is Long Island's name?
And Long Island is the Sharks. Hello.
Yeah, did you see? I am the president of the province of Canada. I look at people's eyes. That eyes was on Google that time. Those eyes were on Google. I know it. Now, I'm going to ask you, we already are probably having an upset today. All right? Already, this March Madness started at noon today, and we pretty much have an upset. Second quarter, and it's not that much of an upset, but number 9 seed TCU is leading by 10 over number 8 seed Ohio State. 43.
Yeah, I have TCU.
33.
I have TCU winning that game.
I have TCU also, but let's get to this quickly. Today, 250 Duke. I'm not even going to say that Duke's going to win by 40 points. All right. Ohio State, TCU. We mentioned St. John's and Northern. Who you got there?
I'm gonna go with the Johnnies. I think they're a tough team. Obviously,
agree.
they played a big conference, so yeah, they're gonna take Northern Iowa. But
And who
you
got?
always have the 12-5 upsets. There's at least one or two or three of those 12-5 upsets. So if Johns are not going to be able to hit from the outside, they could go down to Northern Iowa.
Funny enough, you mentioned that. I'll get to that in a second. But Ange, you agree with Duke, and do you agree with TCU?
I agree with Duke, but I'm going to play devil's advocate against you guys on the other one.
You're wrong. Going to be wrong. They're already losing by 10. What's wrong with you? All right.
That means nothing in basketball. It comes down to the last 10 seconds. Like, that means nothing.
Whatever. St. John's, you like St. John's or no? Do you like St. John's? Ange. Because we like the.
Who's playing? Sorry, St. John's and who?
St. John's
Northern
and
Iowa.
No, I'm
That's
going to take
the
Iowa.
12. That's the 12-5 that we're talking about.
I'm going to take North Iowa.
Wrong. Kansas, California. Drew.
No, I mean that would be one of the greatest upsets in basketball history. It's got to be Kansas, and hopefully Derek Peterson is playing.
Do you agree?
I was going to say.
Okay, now here's the upset. I'm going to call it. South Florida is going to beat.
Those are my
Louisville.
guys. There's a bunch of Canadians on that team too.
Okay,
Adriel, Nayora, my guy Tristan Beckford,
Yeah.
this is Onyx, the nanny. Like go down the line. They've got some Canadians.
Now here's the
Josh
difference between
Omo.
here's
Okay.
the difference, and you don't know this. Here's the difference between Drew Ebanks and broadcasting legend Norm Rumack. Drew, who did you say he's your guy? Whatever, right? Norm has lady friends. Drew has guys, and Norm has lady friends. That's the difference between Captain Canada and broadcasting legend Norm Rumack. All right, there you go. So I'm calling, like I said, South Florida to beat
I
Louisville.
got South
Right now
Florida.
it's tied at 5. Who do you call, Drew?
I got South Florida for
Okay,
sure,
who do you
and that's
call?
why.
Ann?
That's why I'm gonna. As soon as I get off here, I'm going to watch that game. I want to see my boys get it done.
I would say
Yeah.
the same. South Florida.
All right. Then you got Michigan State, Notre Dame, Ange.
Ooh, Michigan.
Michigan State.
Yeah. All right. UCLA, UCF. You know what?
I
I'm
have
not
that
going
as
to
my
call it.
upset.
I'm not going to call it a surprise. I'm going to tell you UCF is going to make this a very, very close game.
I have them winning.
Okay.
Although UCLA is tough, they're strong. They got
Yeah.
size. Obviously, they're playing Big Ten, but that one could, that one could go where UCF. I have them upsetting as well.
Okay.
Drew's got it all written down. I love this.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at my
Notebook.
sheet. I got my sheet.
Connecticut and Furman 2 versus
UConn.
15.
That's not going to be. That's
all right.
not
Now the other side, the south side. We're going to do this quick. And you got to be quick. Number one, Florida against a team that should never be there because they play in the France League. All right.
Prairie View, A&M.
Prairie
Prairie
Valley.
View, A&M. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's no way.
We could have just skipped that one.
By the way, that the spread is 35.5. All right. Number 8 versus number 9 could be another surprise. Clemson versus Iowa. Ange.
Iowa.
Yep, that's what I have.
Vanderbilt and McNeese State.
Vandy.
Vanderbilt.
Tough, strong
Nebraska,
team.
Troy. By the way, Nebraska's leading 41-25 already before.
Nebraska, I had Nebraska.
I was going to say Nebraska too.
No, you were going to say Troy. I know you.
No, I wasn't actually.
North Carolina versus VCU.
Ooh. I'm going to say North Carolina. Come on and raise up.
VCU, I got an upset there, but it's going to be tough.
Illinois versus Penn.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Okay, now this should be a barn burner here, Drew. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
St. Mary's versus Texas A&M.
Texas.
Yeah, I got the upset, St. Mary's.
Texas.
Well, hold on. One says St. Mary's, one says 10. And you know what? St. Mary's is 7, Texas is 10.
Doesn't mean anything, honestly.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying
bigger program name for sure, Texas A&M than St. Mary's. Although
Houston and Idaho. Did you ever have an Idaho potato, Drew?
Never. Unless they sell it in the supermarket here, then yeah.
I've been all over North America, but I've actually never been to Idaho. All the states.
Yeah, me either.
All right. Next round, West.
Definitely
Arizona. I'm not even going to mention Arizona going to win. Villanova's going to win. Between Wisconsin and High Point. You know what's the high point? That they're going to lose by 10. Or that's the highest point. They should lose by 20.
But 5
what's the spread on that game?
10.5.
Okay.
12-5. That could be the upset game.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to be devil's advocate. I'm going to go against you guys on that one.
All right. I think Arkansas and Hawaii. I like to be in Hawaii, but Arkansas is going to win.
I got to go Hawaii.
Could be an upset. Arkansas has a cup.
Every game could be an upset if we're going to go through all this. BYU and Texas. You know what's going to be an upset? It's going to be Texas beating BYU. Texas is 11th ranked. BYU is 6th. There you go. Now, Gonzaga.
I like BYU because of Demansa. Obviously, he's playing well right now. I think they can get by Texas. I have them winning a couple games. BYU.
Gonzaga. This is
I got the Zags.
I always pick them just because of my hometown Saga love. I'm always going to pick them.
Saga love with Gonzaga. All right, not bad. Yeah. By the way,
there was a school in Mississauga called
Wait a minute, I got to make an announcement here. This is something for you, Ange. Okay. You're watching the play-by-play, I guess the host or what is it? You're not the play-by-play guy. You're the color guy. The color guy for Raptors 905. And did you check Raptors 905 black jerseys that they just came out?
Yeah.
Drew,
All the Raptors 905 special jerseys, by the way, have been fire. Like I've been screenshotting when I see the ads on Instagram, and I'm gonna do a post about it because they're really nice. All of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Purdue and Queens. Purdue.
Purdue.
Now and
Miami.
the Midwest number 1 seed Michigan. They're not even going to make one round. They're probably going to go to the Sweet 16. But anyways, Georgia against St. Louis. This is 8-9. This can be a surprise.
I got the Billikens in that one. I got St. Louis in that one.
And
I'm telling you,
our Canadian boy Ishan Sharma.
I want to pick his hometown, St. Louis.
Our Canadian boy Ishan Sharma is going to light it up.
There you go.
You mentioned 5-12 upset. Texas Tech against Akron.
Akron.
I call it Akron.
How are you reading
Akron,
there? Texas Tech. I got Texas Tech on that one.
Texas.
No, I'm calling there could be an upset. Hofstra and Alabama. Okay, whatever.
Alabama.
Tennessee and Miami of Ohio. Then Virginia.
That one could be an upset, but I got Tennessee.
Miami.
Tennessee's going to win. Virginia's going to win. And here's another upset, I think. It's Kentucky, and who are very famous in the NCAA tournament, up against Santa Clara. All right?
Yeah, I got Santa Clara in that one. I think they can pull it off. Kentucky been up and down.
And then Iowa State versus Tennessee. There, who you got?
Iowa State on that one for me.
All right, let's go. Forget about the other ones. Let's go. Drews, your final four. And everybody, listen to me. And you got to listen here. Do not play any of the final four that Drew selects. Do not play any of the.
Too late. Your bracket would have to be it anyway.
Wait a minute. Do not play anything that Drew selects if you want to win money. If you want to lose money, just give it to Ange. But like I'm telling you, do not. Maybe one out of the final four will come through. Who's your final four? Captain Canada, off-point basketball, Drew Ebanks, who has never won an NCAA tournament since 1940.
Yes, I have won it before, but I got UConn.
2011 because I gave him all the picks.
I got UConn coming out of the East, taking down Duke. All right, in the Elite Eight, I have Houston taking out Florida in the Elite Eight. That's some big, heavy weights right there. And then on the other side, in the West, I got Arizona taking out BYU and AJ DeBansta in the Elite Eight. And, Sweet 16, it looks like. No, Elite Eight, sorry. And then I got Michigan taking out Virginia in the Elite Eight down at bottom. So my final four, Houston, Michigan, Arizona, and what did I say? Yeah.
That's
Michigan. UConn, Houston, Arizona, Michigan. I can't even read my own writing.
That's terrible. You're not a doctor, put it that way. All right. Now everybody should listen to the bets. Not this time because I did not give her the bets. Her final four of the Feb Network, Fired Up Network. Go ahead, Ange.
You're not going to want to hear it because I literally already went through this because you prepped me. You're like, okay, we're going to talk about this. So I literally picked, but I'll give you why. I picked the Long Island Sharks because it is the ultimate Cinderella. No, but I'll tell you why. Because it's the ultimate.
Because you like Long Island iced tea? Woo, woo,
I do like Long Island iced tea, but it's the ultimate Cinderella story, you know? Like, I think if they were...
Cinderella, whatever. I don't care. It's basketball. It's college sports.
Okay, Duke, I already said Duke is my team, so obviously I would have picked them. And then Houston I would pick for sure because, you know, they have a very, very strong defense, and it comes out every single game. So I think they're ones to be heard for sure. And then the Huskies, because I just feel like they show like they've got the experience. You know, for them, like they know how to win. They play with a lot of confidence, especially in March. I find their games always get even better. And they've got good defense too. So there's my reasoning why, though. And I know we were going to talk about.
Listen,
so Drew copied me, maybe.
Do you see my hoodie? Do you see my hoodie? As you know,
what's her final four? Go again.
Yeah, okay. It was, weren't those your four? I think they're the same. I said Long Island Sharks.
Oh, I don't have
I
Long
said
Island
Duke.
in the Final Four. I love
Okay,
those
okay,
guys.
okay. I said
But
the
I'm
Duke
not
Blue
crazy.
Devils, Houston and Yukon.
Houston,
and Yukon.
Yukon. Who do you have? What's the other two? Long
Long Island
Island?
Sharks and the Duke, obviously.
No, you can't have either Duke or Yukon. They're in the same bracket.
Okay,
Nah,
see?
You got to have
Oh,
either
man.
Michigan,
you're very
Virginia.
disappointing, man. It's Michigan, Duke. There you could pick Michigan or Duke.
I picked Duke.
Okay, but who's the other teams you picked? Long Island Iced Tea, who cares?
Long Island
Yeah.
would be out of the West. Who's your pick out of the Midwest, Angie?
Okay.
That's
Let
where
me
Michigan and Virginia. You got
Michigan.
Texas Tech. You got Iowa State.
Michigan.
Okay, let's go with Texas.
Texas Tech?
I don't know. Let's see.
Okay,
You
she
sure
doesn't
about
know what she's doing. All right. Come on.
Texas Tech in the
You're going
Final
to pick
Four.
everybody else on the bracket there. Come on.
And
all right?
LIU. Wow. If you win,
I
if you
don't know.
get those two, you're a billionaire.
I was just gonna say that everyone should go bet on that, and if anyone wins money, please give me a cut.
Wow.
All right. So
That would be
let me
interesting.
ask you this. Okay. I'll ask, first of all, I'll ask Angie because she doesn't know which one she's picking. What is beneficial for which team is the most beneficial to win the NCAA this year?
What do you mean
Who-
beneficial?
Yeah, because if you pick Duke, Duke always wins, right?
I was just
If
gonna
you
say
pick-
that.
No, they
Who's the
don't.
underdog?
Not
Like
always.
who's the team that's like never won or hasn't won in like 100 years? Like, is there any of those?
It's
You're
Michigan.
never going to get that right now. There's too much money in NIL for the big high majors.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not going to get an upset like that. You know what I mean? You might get a high mid major. You might get a team like Vandy sneaking through, maybe. A
Okay,
team
so
like
here,
BYU.
this is a good way to close it out here. We have a question from Johnson Cordero, and Johnson wants to know, Drew, Ange, and Joe, nice show. Who is your best NBA player currently? Okay, well, for me, the best NBA player this right now is either the Canadian, depending which forward or whatever, but Shea has got to be up there because look at his size. But Wemby, look at his size and all that.
Joker.
For that matter, Nikola Jokic is
Of
doing
course.
and he's older, he's still doing it. Those are the three pretty much. What would you say, Drew?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Shea's the front runner for MVP. Jokic could be just as easily to win as well. I mean, just the double numbers he's pulling up are incredible. You got to look at a guy like Ant-Man as well. He's right up there in the running for that MVP. And then obviously Cade Cunningham. The only thing about him, what could be a factor is this collapsed lung. If he stays out a certain amount of games, he's not going to be eligible to win the MVP, but he's certainly had an MVP caliber season. So hopefully he can get back in time to be in the running for it.
Now that
I would just add one more to
Mhm.
that list. I would add Giannis because I think no, you don't think?
he hasn't played enough games to
Yeah, just this
and they
season,
want
but
him
he's
stretched
always
out
in the
for the year.
mix for sure.
I would still
But-
put him up there. I mean, yeah, maybe not this season, but
Team wise,
you know what?
team wise, and they're not doing anything, right? So-
That's the other thing. You know what? Like, you can have all-star players, but the team really has to jive. And like we had that here on the Raptors, like we were saying, not to go back there again, but like when Kawhi was here, like that whole team, though, what they did, they just started just like the Jays did last season. Like the team just jived, you could tell. And I think, we can have an amazing player or two, but if that whole team isn't just, looking out for each other and being great on defense and offense and all those things and helping each other out and actually playing like a team, you're not going to go very far.
Now the same guy who gave me the eventual trade there has also told me, look out, if Minnesota does not do well in the first round, the Ant-Man could be traded. He did not say will be traded. He did not say 100%. He just said could be traded. And I'm telling you, Ant-Man changes every team. If he goes to any team, he change. Imagine if the Knicks get Ant-Man. like or Cleveland or any big team in the East, and especially with Tatum and Brown and Tatum coming back with Boston with that injury. The East can look strong, and of course the West always looks strong, right? So it's still going to be San Antonio, Denver, and Shea's team, right? Oklahoma, and in the East, like I told you, the matchup. If we finish, fifth and get 4 versus 5, Raptors could beat Cleveland, and for that matter, I told you they could beat Detroit, and then Boston and the Knicks could battle out each other like crazy. That leaves a little bit of an opening, which happened when the Raptors won, in 2019, especially in the final with Durant and Clay getting injured and everything like that. So I'm not saying I don't want anybody getting injured, but there's a way to the Raptors getting sort of to the promised land like the Blue Jays did with baseball last year. And if that happens with the Raptors, that means twice in 10 years. And the Maple Leafs, Ange and me, I know you're not.
Can we not talk about the Maple Leafs, please?
You're really looking for
not only did the Maple Leafs lose, Canada lost to men and ladies in hockey. Now, dare I say it?
Right.
Dare I say it? Hockey is not Canadian sport no more. It is good because baseball is not America's sport either. It's mi padres at Venezuela. Arriba Venezuela. Dude, come on.
The Raptors are not winning the NBA title this year. I'm sorry.
No way.
Venezuela's not winning. Of course they're not winning. They're not even in it. But
did you burst your bubble?
No, not yet. We're not out yet. We're not out yet.
Sir, I'm just going to burst your bubble right there.
We're getting there. But we're definitely not going to win a title. I get it. But we're not out of the playoffs just yet.
Who's out of that? What are you talking about? Who's out of the playoffs? What are you talking about?
I said we're not. We're not. You said we're not. But
it's not clinched yet, right?
No,
it's not clinched.
No,
so.
true.
I'm telling you the key. This is what I'm saying. I didn't say the Raptors going to win. I didn't say the key for the Raptors to do something in the playoffs is finish 5th. 4th or 5th is perfect for the Raptors now. But if you look at 6th, they're a game behind 6th. Then there's a game and a half in 7th. 7 to 10, you have to play the play-in. So that I don't want them to play the play-in. And it looks like Steve Kerr says Golden State has to play the play-in and all that. So it's
Golden State ain't going
very interesting. And here, final thought here. NBC this year got basketball back, and they decided to do it on streaming and all that. The best thing about NBC is the music. All right, the music for NBC for basketball has been superb. But has there anything changed in basketball here? Even NBC holding more than ESPN and all that. They're having Sunday night football, Sunday night basketball. NBC now going to hold Sunday night baseball. So it looks like Sunday night is going to be NBC night.
Yeah. It's what's old is new again. Interesting that obviously the NBA gone back to NBC. It's very nostalgic for people like us who have been watching hoops that long. Yeah, it brings back memories as well. So it's pretty cool to see. Interesting. I feel like I'm in a time warp.
I want them to bring Ahmad Rashad back. Come on.
Yeah, they might want to do that as well. We'll see.
They brought Bob Costas. They got to bring Ahmad Rashad. All right, Drew, tell everybody here we're big, we're Canadian. And you got to listen to this guy.
Wait, hold on quickly. I don't think we picked our winner for March Madness, did we?
You can't pick a winner yet.
I picked a winner for March Madness.
He's wearing it. I'm going with Michigan. I think they're going to win it 58-52.
Wait. Hold on.
Houston. I got Houston.
Team I'm picking.
Yeah.
That's the number one rule. Angie told you, do not pick the same team. You missed the pre-show meeting.
I already said it earlier in the show. I just wanted to reiterate. I have Michigan winning. I don't know where you get that fake jersey.
Wait a minute. Where's your hoodie? Where's your Michigan hoodie?
Don't worry about that. I got Michigan gear in the back there.
Okay, where? So go while Angie picks her Long Island Ice views.
I'm picking Long Island.
She's got Long Island. Good. All right, to find me, go to onpointbasketball.com. I was giving you my email there. And, of course, on Instagram, onpointbasketball. for all the latest news. Actually, I got to get up a NCAA article as well, so trying to get that
And here's
done.
the other thing, Angie, you don't know the color voice of Raptors 905 is Drew Ebanks. Why aren't you
Radio,
promoting that?
Saga 960 radio, just to be clear, clarify that. It's not
Okay,
TV.
radio voice. No one, because it's true. You don't want to see him on TV. Look at that.
I got a face for radio. What can I say?
Not even you can't even show hair, man. Ange knows. Like, look at
I got tons of hair right here. My hair is high.
God, man,
I gotta
you
get a
should
haircut
shave your
today.
head again, man. Hey, listen. We'll do this. All right.
You're frozen. Frozen in time. We'll do this.
J&A,
We'll just pause for 2 minutes.
You just froze, buddy. I don't know what happened there. That was funny as hell. You froze.
What?
We're gonna do nothing for
I said if Michigan does not win, Drew has
then
agreed
you guys
to
have to
shave
take
his
me
head
to a Raptors
and put a
game.
J and an
A
A.
good one.
Nah, I'm not
What?
agreeing to that. You would have to handshake for that. Sorry, we're a little far. There's no handshake.
All right, fine.
ability.
Here's what you're gonna agree with.
I'll settle for
If
a 905
Michigan
game.
win, yeah,
Sure.
you'll take Ange to a 905 game, letting her sit alone in the the nosebleeds, and she loves hot dogs.
Oh boy, we're in the penalty box. By the way, we're not in the nosebleeds. We're right there, courtside. Same.
Well, I put you in the
level.
penalty box all the
I'll
time.
accept. That sounds
Yep.
great.
2 minutes for looking like you do. 2 minutes for
I gotta
looking like
say
you
something
do.
actually true. If I find it again, there was this girl about like living the luxury life and going to like courtside at the Lakers game, but she was at a Clippers game. Someone was like, girl, like at least double check your facts. Like you're gonna do this whole post. If I find it, Drew, I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
hold on, Ange. Hold on. You know, I'm a man of the people. I'm the man who never gets in trouble. Drew and I want to know, was she good looking?
Yeah, you're beautiful.
Drew, did you hear that? We need to go to Los Angeles Clipper games because there's nothing going on in Clipper games except beautiful ladies.
Oh boy.
Are you going to scout some ladies for me and Drew? Come on.
Let's see who's fighting to
I appointed you vice president and fam.
Hey man, in this day and age with Trump, you got to watch what you say. Scouting girls.
Listen, Trump.
I'm not in that.
He doesn't know, Ange. He doesn't know. Trump can't hold a candle to the president of the provinces of Canada, the mayor-elect of North America. Did you know, Drew? I'm running for the mayorship of Mozambique.
Very nice.
I can't spell it, but I can run for it.
I hope you win. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go watch the games.
Yeah, let's go.
I wait a minute. Final thought. By the way, Drew,
you said that like 5 minutes ago.
Next time you go to the White House, I'm gonna offer you McDonald's. All right?
I do not go to the White House until maybe in 3 years or 2 years. I'm not going to no White House before.
Okay, I can promise you none of us are.
Yeah.
I have already been. All right. And I'm going to be at the White House card June 14th, where they have UFC at the White House.
Have fun.
Right, there you go. Have fun.
I like UFC, but wouldn't go for that either.
No.
Now, Drew, tell everybody once again, because you got to check out, seriously, I'm all joking aside, best place to get college and Canadian basketball coverage anywhere. Ask Leo Routins. Tell everybody where they get a hold of you again, Drew.
On Point Basketball on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and Drew Banks on Twitter, onpointbasketball.com.
All right, that's $20, Drew. And Ange going to tell you how you could download Roku and see that ugly mug of yours. Go ahead.
Yes, we're streaming on all Roku devices. You can either scan that little QR code on your screen, or you can search Fired Up, all one word, Fired Up Network. Again, on all Roku devices and all social platforms. You can find me at She Does Sports across all social channels as well.
All right. And Drew, you got to be making more than 1 a year appearance here on Ballin, on the college hardwood. You got to be, from now on, you got to make a regular appearance, all right? And Ange is going to tell you something.
Depends on my contract, buddy. Once my contract.
Yeah, well, we need that radio voice. We need that radio voice.
You renegotiated your contract. You're making double what you did last year. Thanks.